Hi guys, I'm going to share with you 3 things that I've learned about relationship over the years. I used to read a lot of relationship books when I was younger, and I was I really found it interesting. I thought I'm going to get this right and not have problems in relationships. First thing, trust. Trust is very important in a relationship, and it's something that you have to, the part of a person that trusts someone in a relationship is so tender and so fragile that you have to treat that trust with respect. You have to, the person is allowing the most inner part of them to become vulnerable to you. So you can't just take that trust and treat it like it's not of significance. It's of great significance, because this person have let the walls down to trust you. For me, the thing with trust is that you could only control what your part in it. You can't control the other person. They have to act trustworthy. Some people want you to trust them 100% in a short space of time. Don't do that. Take your time, and gradually, if the person acts in a trustworthy manner, you will trust them more and more. That would be natural. And like for me personally, on my part, I really honor somebody when they trust me. I get a little bit scared when they trust me, because I suddenly think, wow, this is so much more responsibility on me, right? But every action, when the person's around, because they trust me, I always try to treat them with kindness and gentleness, because I don't want to hurt their heart. And so I'm always consciously aware of the impact of my words onto them and my action onto them. I try to be consciously aware most of the time, so that I don't inflict pain or hurt onto the person. Also, when they're not around, I also keep them in mind and act in a trustworthy manner. The idea about trust is that the person, it's supposed to be that you have the person's best interests and you have the back, and vice versa, that they also have your best interest and they have your back. And trust gives you a sense of safety, of protection, and that is very important for your mental and emotional stability. But so far, I've found that most people don't really respect trust, and they don't put the value that it should have on it. You can only love someone as much as you love yourself. That turned out to be a true statement, and it is a fact. I have found that the more you love yourself and accept yourself, not only the good parts of yourself, but the parts of society consider not desirable, like your weaknesses. Some of it may not be weaknesses, but society have their own things that they value. So once you start to accept who you are and love all your entire being, your good parts and your bad parts, and you accept yourself and you speak to yourself lovingly and you treat yourself with kindness, something happens in your brain. It becomes easier to be loving to other people, and you become kinder in relationship, because you have more compassion for people because you're having the compassion for yourself, and somehow it just transfer onto other people in the relationship. So you tend to have more love. The more you love yourself, the more you will love somebody. So invest in loving yourself. It is a true thing. It automatically happens. What happens is you just realize that you actually feel loving towards people, and you treat people with more grace, more love, and because you treat yourself that way, and it's just a natural thing. It just have this saying before about you need two whole people to make a relationship. It's not a half of a person and a half of a person make a whole. You need two whole people. Somehow I really like that concept. I tried to become whole and I realized that's going to take a long time. So first of all, you have to have an idea what you consider a whole you look like. I had that. So I know what I envision a whole person, a whole me to be. For me, wholeness involves like not being triggered easily and being calm and peaceful. So a lot of it is that, like in that realm. And some people, wholeness will mean material wealth, like they want to make sure they have a house and a car first. So okay, so for me, I like the concept of being whole, but then I realized no, it's going to take me a while to become whole. So I might as well continue on the journey towards wholeness. And I think that is extremely important in a relationship. You may not be whole when you start a relationship with somebody. So you'll have your own things that not too good, and they will have their own things that are not too good. But if both people work on it, so the other person, so you work on yourself, you work on the things that you want to improve, then it will improve over the years. You will realize that, oh, I'm getting better at certain things. It took about maybe 3 years, but I was in a different place 3 years ago, and now I am better now. And same with the person. So there's growth, and growth is so important in a relationship. So you're evolving. I believe for me that the process of becoming whole is important, because that way you don't lose yourself in a relationship. You don't disappear into the relationship. Because you still have your mind on a goal of self-development. It's harder to lose yourself in a relationship, because I have heard people say that they've been in a relationship for 20 years and they didn't do anything. They had no growth. They just give all to the other person, and there was no growth on their part. So even a simple thing like going to a dance class, if you go to a dance class and you're in a relationship by yourself, you will have to take care of yourself. Relationship end, you'll be a professional dancer if you're dancing for 4 years. So you see, you have growth. You gain something. You're growing while you're still in the relationship, and that is important, because if you're not doing anything for yourself and you're not progressing and growing and taking care of your health while you're in a relationship, you could end up deteriorating in a relationship, and that's not what you want. True love, where the person is kind and gentle, is the most beautiful thing, but it's really hard to find. I have not found it yet. I hope maybe one day I will, but if I don't, I will treat myself with that love, that kind of love, so that I'm not starved for it. So that's it. Thank you.